So my episode earlier this week was on being happy and gave you lots of tips for that. And I wanted to actually dive a little deeper and answer the question, is being happy all the time possible? So do you find that you've taken on the expectation that you're supposed to be happy all the time, especially if you've done a lot of personal growth work and you have all this information about in your head about positive thinking, like you're supposed to be happy all the time, right? Well, sure, eternal happiness sounds awesome, yet this expectation that we should be able to be in a positive place all the time can be the very thing that eludes us from actually experiencing it. How? Well, when we pressure or force ourselves to be a certain way, which involves avoiding the reality of our current feelings, we engage in what's called spiritual bypass. So spiritual bypass is a process of attempting to high vibe yourself out of what you perceive as a negative feeling instead of allowing yourself to feel it and heal it. Now, don't get me wrong. Joy, love, and peace are our essence. But if you haven't noticed, we are all still human and have moments where that's not exactly our experience. So in today's Coach's Corner, I want to encourage you to accept the contrast of your human experience and offer you tips for how to move through those not so happy moments. I recently spoke at an event, and at the start, the group went around the room and shared what was present for them. I observed that everyone chose very positive, uplifting words, which was beautiful. Yet intuitively, I could feel that several of the people there were not really congruent energetically with what they were saying. They were just kind of saying positive, uplifting things because everybody else was saying positive, happy things. So I could sense fear, heartache, confusion, sadness, and self-doubt in the room. It was a room of 60 people. There's likely to be some of that. It was almost as if people felt pressure to say something super spiritual and uplifting rather than be authentic and speak what was truly present for them. As I observed this, I was guided to talk about the truth that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. Part of our journey is to allow for our humanness, and part of being a human is experiencing the range of emotions. As humans, we learn and grow through contrast. I know joy because I know sorrow. I know love because I've known heartache. I know confidence because I've known insecurity. I know faith because I've known fear. Transformation occurs in the experience of polarity, when we move from fear to love, from dark to light, from judgment to forgiveness. But if we suppress what we perceive as negative feelings, we are not allowing for the authenticity of our human expression. Think back to childhood. When we had a big feeling, it was often dismissed. We were told things like, good girls or good boys don't cry, or shake it off, you're fine. As adults, we perpetuate the pattern of suppressing each time we allow the expectation of how we are supposed to feel trump what is truly present for us. Now, I am not saying identify or indulge with your feelings, but rather greet them with compassion. When you get triggered, please don't shame your feelings. Please don't dismiss them. Please don't suppress them or spiritual bypass them by positive thinking. Move into compassion, which means being with suffering. Co means with. Passion means suffering. The more you do, the more you will authentically feel happiness because you are surrendering judgment and breaking the cycle of suppression. Acknowledge what is present. Allow yourself to feel it without making it mean anything about you. By applying the beautiful quality of compassion to your humanness, you will discover your feelings will move through you, and you will authentically get to the other side and the truth of who you are, which is love and joy and peace. So today, I support you in taking the pressure off yourself to be any certain way and allow yourself to be human. We discover peace and acceptance with the full range of our human experience by responding to ourselves with compassion. Please don't put this expectation on yourself that you're supposed to be happy all the time. And know that in any moment, happiness can be created through the feelings of gratitude and acceptance for exactly where you are.